Choosing the right belt for your side-by-side, snowmobile, or ATV can sometimes be a big deal. As belt makers and powersports enthusiasts, we understand how confusing it can be. We see post after post on social media forums asking about belt usage, and we see the frustration that many of you are dealing with, trying one belt after another with the same results. Short belt life, a broken belt, and unfortunately, less riding time. So, one of the things we want to address is the importance of belt and clutch maintenance. No belt can fix a problem with your clutch. If you're experiencing short belt life, there's definitely a reason why. Let's start with proper belt maintenance. Belt break-in is critical to belt performance and longevity. Do not skip this part of the process. We spend countless hours testing on drive systems, and our belts need to be put through 2 heat cycles during break-in. This ensures the best performance and longest life. Keep in mind too that belt alignment can impact belt life, so verify that the primary and secondary sheaves are perfectly in line with each other. You also need to keep an eye on your belt's condition with a temperature gauge. This is so important that some UTV makers are now incorporating it into new models. In the aftermarket, we suggest the gauges with the warning lights. It makes it so easy to keep track of what's happening with your belt. Belts running under 190 degrees will show a green light, which is considered a safe operating temperature. But at around 200 and 210 degrees, you'll be warned with a yellow light. You should slow down to vary speed until the belt cools. Running above 220 degrees is just asking for trouble. At temperatures that high, belt failure is imminent. Now, if you're out on the trails and sustained high speeds are causing your belt to heat up, you should consider varying the speeds and loads until it cools down. The worst thing you can do is come to a complete stop when the belt is overheating. At that point, there's no cooling air and the belt is sitting static on a super hot clutch sheet. This can ultimately lead to an indentation on the belt, which will cause vibration and possibly a misfire code. Next, let's look at the clutch, since issues with this component can not only impact the belt performance, but cause complete failure. There are 3 major maintenance tasks we recommend. Number 1, clean the clutch box. We all know how dirty these get. Use compressed air to blow out the clutches. That dirt, if not removed on a regular basis, will cause rapid wear on the clutch's moving parts. This is a best practice that should be conducted every 250 miles, depending on riding conditions. Number 2, clean the filter. Almost all ATV and UTVs have a clutch cooling system with a primary and secondary blades that move air through the housing. There is a filter or a screen on the intake side that must be cleaned regularly. This helps ensure proper airflow across the clutch sheaves. Number 3, clean the clutch faces. We suggest using a rag and acetone to wipe off the sheaves. Also, regardless of whether your machine uses rollers on the helix or a sliding type button, they wear out over time. Use a flashlight and give them a thorough inspection. Finally, keep in mind that a broken or cracked transmission or engine mount can cause belt failure, so be sure that those components are in good working order. It may seem like a lot, but paying attention to these small details will help you get the most out of your powersports machine.